Hi, my name is Mary,
And my name is Christine.
and we are sisters, and together we are the co-hosts of the weekly podcast, Dawson, Cries. My sister and I live in different cities, but we love to talk on the phone. So every week we get together, we talk about this new show, Dawson's Creek. Neither of us has ever seen the series before, so we're on this journey through the Capeside for the very first time, just trying to relive some 90s nostalgia to keep at bay the impending doom of the late 2010s.
Oh.
So here we are today with a really exciting episode. This is a big one. I feel like this is a big turning point in the series, and this is a event that gets referenced a lot. So it's pretty cool to finally see it. What's the title of this episode, Christine?
Mary, it's when I'm in the club, all the girls show me love. It's just show me love. Just show me love.
Yeah, awesome. So my sister's gonna kick off the intro bits on this one.
Yes, hi listeners. Welcome to Dawson Cries. We are at season 3, episode 21, and like my sister said, this is a monumental, big deal episode. High drama. And in high drama fashion, it opens extremely dramatically with a classic TV montage. We get to see Dawson Leary's household from the outside, that place we all know and love. We zoom on into the window, just like we're Joey in the old days, only to find our hero Dee gazing longingly at Aunt Gwen's hideous piece of art depicting young Joey and young Dawson blissfully happy and friends. Then the montage shifts gears and we get to see what Joey is up to. She's also gazing longingly at something, but it's not artwork. It's blank wall, which she needs to...
Let's shut down the government over it.
Actually, this wall is worth shutting down the government over. But this wall, unlike Dawson's art, is totally blank. It's the canvas that Joey needs to put her artwork on. But it definitely represents the crazy triangle that she's found herself in. Pacey, meanwhile, is washing down True Love, his boat. He's hosing it down, trying to get it clean. Probably another metaphor in there somewhere. Gotta purify that love, baby. And then my least favorite part of the montage, we get to see awful Henry pretending to be in Say Anything, holding up a cardboard sign.
Not Say Anything. It's the Christmas movie about love.
Oh, Love Actually.
Love Actually.
Oh, right.
Listeners, I'm sick. My brain is not as sharp as it usually is. So the Christmas movie Love literally is Love Actually.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, I was thinking like the holding up the boombox.
Oh.
See, I forgot about that they use the cards in Love Actually. That's more accurate. So it's like Say Anything, but with like more lame, like with a postcard, or poster board. But he's begging Jen, screaming in all caps on that poster board for her forgiveness.
The answer is a big fat no.
Oh, it's a no from me.
It's a no from me, Bob.
So that's how we open. There's some like great... The music in this episode was really enjoyable, I thought. It was like some angsty kind of like, I don't know, 90s almost pop punk song, but like before pop punk existed.
Yeah, because I recognized because last episode I really liked the music because it was really it's kind of like corny. And this week I did take note of it being like angsty. And I was like, oh, Christine will probably like that.
Oh, it's true. I like that angst.
Yeah. And none of them will speak to each other at the lunch table. They're all in the cafeteria feeling isolated. And yeah, this revelation of this true love has really divided this group of friends. Joey for a minute thinks that she can talk to Jack. Ooh, no, Andy's there. Forget that. And then where does she go when she's seeking Solace, to the wall, to the blank wall. Dee shows up to talk about us.
Let's talk about us.
All in all, you're just another D in my wall. No, but honestly, Dawson, he comes with a plan. Like he's not mad at Joey. I was expecting him to be mad at Joey. He's not. He's livid at Pacey, but he's still he's very forgiving towards Joey as of right now. He offers her, let's rebuild. Let's take a walk. Let's have a picnic. Let's watch a movie. Oh, Dee, you're grasping at straws.
Aww. Yeah.
He wants to move forward, but Joey's not feeling it.
Yeah, all Joey wants to do is paint a wall. And Dawson, I thought it was interesting that he phrased it that he wanted to talk about us, quote unquote, because that's what Pacey said when they got found out. Like, yeah, we were having a conversation. We're talking about us. There's an us now. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but I just thought it was interesting that he phrased it the same way.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mary, I also expected him to be angry. So I was a little pleasantly surprised that he wasn't, but he just doesn't really see that Joey is really not ready for that. But at least he doesn't press her at this moment, but he kind of says like, well, my window's always open, basically. So whenever you want to climb up that ladder, you can.
Right.
But this is the time of year, conveniently, when the most dramatic thing in Capeside...
Yeah, the most dramatic thing, we've never heard about it before until now. Another convenient... And there was no build-up. You know, supposedly people are entering this event, but no one's ever talking about it.
Especially...
You know what I mean?
Yes, especially because, I mean, we had a lot of build-up with Pacey with the boat. Right. He could have said, like, oh, I'm going to race it in the regatta. This is what I'm doing it for.
I know. And then the fact that they kept throwing out the word regatta was just ridiculous to me. Like, who do you people think you are? I have a regatta to get to.
Oh, well, Mary, that's funny because I used to do crew for like one semester. And they call them regattas. And it feels so fancy.
It's so pretentious.
It's really pretentious. Yeah. And I think it was the Capeside Regatta 2000. So I think we might be like... We've passed that Y2K. We're in the new millennia, baby.
Oh my God! Why didn't they have an episode about Y2K?
Oh, good point. That was such
been hilarious.
A big deal. Maybe they're all too terrified.
Maybe like we can't joke about it. It'll come true.
Yeah, we might not be here.
Right.
TVs won't work. Oh, what a crazy time.
It was wild. All the computers will get together and create havoc. They'll become sentient.
All those zeros.
It was like the strangest.
Oh, it was such a crackpot theory. But I remember on New Year's Eve being a little afraid when it was almost midnight. Like, oh, is it going to happen? And then nothing.
And then everyone was like, the lights are still on. Yay.
It was a big relief. We're like, yay.
Yeah. So weird.
I know. At least we didn't like stockpile a bunch of like canned goods.
Well, that's like the thing that happens, right? When people, like every couple of years, there's some sort of like apocalypse scare. Like some priest or something is like, oh, the rapture is going to happen because of this numerology.
Yeah.
Like something like that. And people, the really, really sad thing is that people that believe it have their pets put down.
Oh, that is sad.
Because they don't want to be raptured and leave their pets behind.
It's like...
That makes me very sad.
It's sweet, but it's like bittersweet. It's like...
That's not sweet. It's sad.
The thought of it is nice. You don't want to abandon your pet.
Yeah, but
it's,
oh my God.
It's sad because the pet needlessly is dead.
And then you feel bad when you wake up alive.
Oh, I bet they're like riddled with guilt. But maybe it's a good lesson. Maybe they're like, well, next time I won't believe this crackpot.
Yeah. It happens like once a year, though.
I know. I remember it happening like multiple times.
I have a friend who always believes it. I always have to talk her down.
Oh my God.
Every time. I'm like, do you remember 10 years ago I talked you down? She's afraid of Y2K. She was afraid if there was one when we were in college. Even recently, she's like, oh, did you hear about this? I'm like, girl, how many times?
That's funny.
Nothing's going to happen.
Uh-oh. Good thing she's got you, Mary.
I know. I try to keep it real. So they're all getting ready for the regatta. Gail is smoothing out her fresh fish sign and looking like a tasty snack.
Oh my God, she looks so smoking hot.
Yeah, they've got her in really flattering tank tops this whole episode. I'm not sure what, like, month we're in. Because they talk about, because Gail said something like, it's hard to believe a year has passed. That made me think it was New Year's. And then I'm like, well, why is she in a tank top? And then I realized that the regatta was such a big deal that they talk about it every year. We've been with these characters over a year. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
I know, it's true. It can't be that big of a deal.
No.
I know. Yeah, I'm guessing it must be summer because it looks pretty. Why would you have a boat race not in the summer? But yeah, I have no idea.
But they didn't do any talk about finals.
I know. I just remember Principal Green leaving and then the school thing kind of.
But he had only been at the school for 3 months.
Oh my god.
So that was like November.
Yeah, we
So
didn't see graduation. We didn't see anything.
Did we see Christmas?
I don't.
We didn't see New Year's. We saw Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and we saw Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And did we see... I guess we're in spring.
Yeah, maybe spring.
Yeah, because they're still in school. They're in the cafeteria.
Oh, good point. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like a lot's going to go down this summer.
It's going to be a summer of drama.
A summer of D.
Big D drama. Maybe the cry will happen this summer. Ooh.
Oh, I'm just counting. I thought it was going to happen again this episode. I thought it was
So did I. It's like waiting for it.
I'm going to have to look at what shirt he's wearing in the meme. So then when I see him in that shirt, I'll be prepared.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, that's smart.
Yeah. So basically, Mitch is getting a real good look at Gail, and he likes what he sees.
He's like, hot mama.
Yeah, exactly. But then it comes out that Mitch and Gail, Leary's Fresh Fish, is sponsoring Pacey in the boat race. And this was all arranged weeks ago. So it was before the Joey, Pacey, Dawson, Lerv triangle.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure why Dee is just finding out about this now, because if my parents were sponsoring my best friend in a boat race, you would assume they would tell you.
Yeah, I feel like it would be a weird thing not to just mention.
Right. Or even for Pacey to mention to Dawson.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just conveniently something we just learned about now. And Dawson just learns about now.
Yeah. You'd think either his parents or Pacey would tell Dawson.
Right.
Especially because Dawson works at the restaurant.
Yeah, I know. And, like, they have to make a flag. You'd think that would be, like, part of it. Like, Dawson...
Yeah, because Gail's always, like, delegating to Dawson.
Exactly. Yeah, like, Dawson, order a flag, design it, I don't know, do something to do it. I could see that being his job, but...
And Mitch is kind of like, well, maybe we shouldn't do this. But, Gail's a shrewd businesswoman. And if she can benefit from this regatta, her son's feelings be damned. She's going to benefit from this regatta.
Yeah, this is why Gail opened the restaurant and Mitch never did.
Exactly, because she's cut throat. Take no prisoners. We're going to make some money.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. But yeah, that sets up... That sets up their stances, which we'll get back to later. Right. Bessie and Joey are also getting in on this regatta sponsorship to benefit their small business. Right. Bessie sets up a big pancake making station. They have a little tent to promote the Potter B&B. Joey's not too thrilled to be there. And she's also, obviously, still wrecked about the Dawson and Pacey dilemma. Yeah. And they kind of have a talk about it, and Bessie tries to give her some advice. And it basically boils down to Bessie telling Joey, you know what, this is something that you just have to let Dawson and Pacey work out amongst themselves. Which probably is true, because she is... the reason they're having this argument. Yeah. But it would be hard to be totally outside of it at the same time. Right. Which I think is what she was trying to do, but it wasn't really working at all.
Well, yeah, because then she has no one.
Yeah.
I feel like she goes through so many periods where she just has no friends.
Everyone, they all do. It's like Jen is like still in that period. it's just like frustrating.
Well, she has Jack, but they've kind of stopped hanging out.
Yeah, I know. It's not really the same. I mean, he's not living there anymore.
Yeah.
She has Henry, but like, better off
Henry
without
sucks.
Henry.
Yeah. But yeah, like, so just to show how totally chill he is about this whole thing, Dawson offers to bring over the fresh fish banner to Pacey himself.
Oh, D.
But of course he shows up with an attitude, a bad attitude. And he's like, basically just like, throws it in his face. And Pacey's like, look, I'm only doing this to help your mother. And then Dawson's like, the way you helped Joey? And I'm like, Dawson, that's a cell phone. You're like making fun of, you're doing your mama jokes. But Dawson tells him straight up that he doesn't buy Pacey's chivalrous, self-deprecating crap. And he thinks if he was any true friend, he would just drop out of the race.
Man.
Yeah.
DB and D.
But yeah, like, what'd you say?
DB and D.
D, B, and D. Joey very foolishly sees the sign on Pacey's boat and thinks it's a sign that Pacey and Dawson are speaking again. It's like, oh, girl, you're so naive. She's like, oh, this is great. Like, they must be besties again. Oh, no.
Not at all. That's what, Mary, as they say, a false flag.
Oh, wow. Truther over here.
Oh, I couldn't resist.
Look out. Yeah, so we have, I mean, everyone in the town is like thrilled about this regatta. So we have Graham's Jen, and she's with Andy and Jack, so she is with friends.
Yeah.
And they're all fashioning some wreaths for the regatta winners. Jack is really struggle busing with it. He's like, it's moments like these I'm convinced I'm straight. Ha ha ha.
Oh, Jack.
Oh my God. And then Andy spies Henry with that dumbass pathetic sign
Henry.
through the window.
What a fucking stalker. Like, gosh.
I know. It's like that's when you say, get off my property.
Yeah, like you're not
right?
cute, you're desperate and creepy.
Extremely creepy.
And I've told you no once. That should be enough.
High school boys, stop. No means no.
How many times? We have to say it, I guess, until we die.
Every episode.
And we might need to come back from the dead and haunt the high school boys and continue to tell them to stop the rate they're going.
Yeah.
And Grams knows. Grams is like, all high school boys are the same. I told you so.
Yeah, but then she's sort of like, well, she's like, all healthy, normal boys want the same thing. But then she follows it right up with, hasn't he paid enough penance? I was like, Grams, no.
No.
He has not.
No.
He doesn't. Some people, they show you who you are, believe them, as the saying goes. And Henry's just a piece of crap.
Yeah, Henry's got like two modes. He'll like freeze you out totally, or just like smother you with posters. He like can't.
He's a manipulator.
He can't find. He's so crazy. He can't find a balance.
He's so manipulative.
Yeah,
it's
I know. It's really not healthy behavior. And Jen deserves better. Like, I can't believe I have to say it so many times.
I need to see her with a grown up.
Yeah. With a decent.
Or at least someone her own age who's like smart.
Yeah.
And not like an emotional dummy.
Crazy. What hormone?
I know it's a lot to ask. It's a lot to ask. Even if we were watching the Just Jen series, I'm sure it would be like, it's hard out here.
Yeah, I mean,
find a normal man.
I'm sure that would be a lot of the show.
Right.
Oh, yeah, but Grams is all about that forgiveness. And Dawson is all about that sweet, sweet victory. He's got in his head that he wants to join the regatta to win over Ms. Joey Potter. So he asks Andy and Jack if he can borrow their father's boat. And Jack is like, hell no, you and Pacey like crashed your boat. I don't trust you. Our dad would...
Well, not him and Pacey, him and Eve.
Oops, him and Eve. Yeah, I don't know why I said Pacey. Crashed their own boat. And then he's like, my dad would probably flip, which knowing his dad, he would. And then, but Andy, on the other hand, she's all for the idea. She thinks, you should, like, fight for what you want and all that. Probably because she wants to get Pacey back, and she would fight for Pacey, and if Dawson wins Joey, then Pacey's free.
Yeah, I feel like she's just, like, pissed off about the situation and feels like if Dawson gets his vengeance, then she does too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's like, this isn't about Pacey, it's about Joey. Well, I don't remember who says that. Someone does. Either Dawson or Andy. Yeah. It's gonna get testy on those waters.
Yeah, they're gonna get choppy.
And then Dee wants one of Joey's hotcakes, because of course he does. So much romance in this show is centered around serving food, right? We got the veggie burgers.
Yeah.
We got the hotcakes.
Yeah. There's the ice
what
cream.
Else we got? Jen.
Remember that hot Indian summer? They were all eating the ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jen was like comparing it to sex. And,
yes. And Eve ordered one, and
yeah.
Oh yeah, and she asked Henry if he wanted a lick of her popsicle.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, he totally froze. It was like the football days when he couldn't speak when she was around.
I prefer him when he wasn't speaking.
Me too. He was so much better back then.
Yeah.
And like when he randomly almost crashed or knocked her over. He has been, I have to say, one of the most consistent characters on the show.
You think?
Yeah, with how crazy he is. He's so unpredictable. I mean, maybe that's because he's so erratic.
That's inconsistent.
That he's consistent. He's consistently inconsistent.
Right.
It's just crazy.
I guess. I never know what I'm going to get with him. So is he going to be sweet? Is he going to be a douche? Is he going to be... I don't know. I never know what to think.
I know. It's like Henry. Question.
Right. So Joey basically is like, Dawson, thank you so much for, sponsoring Pacey's boat. And she's like, oh, I didn't realize that was what you were going to thank me for. I thought you were going to thank me because I paid the entry fee so the Potter B&B can sponsor me.
Oh.
And she's like, come again? But basically, yeah, Dawson's being super manipulative. He's like, well, it's already paid for. You need the money. I have the money. Now you owe me. I mean, he says all this in, like, coded language. But basically, Joey's, like, in his debt. She can't turn it down because that'll piss off Bessie. And, it's just a really bad situation.
Yeah, it's creepy how Dee went about it. He, like, went to Bessie to make the deal. And, Joey wasn't aware of it until it was already done. And then, Bessie's really for it. She wanted to do the pancake thing. Of course, she's going to want to get more sponsorship. So Joey is, like, stuck with it. And then Bessie and Joey have another one of their talks. And it basically boils down to Bessie telling Joey to accept the consequences of her actions and do something to make things better. That's her advice. And she also kind of, I think she says, if two boys want to fight over you, I say let them, and, like, let it help out the Potter B&B on the side.
Oh, my God. Well, Bessie's like a little Gail. She's like, come on, we got money to make and hearts to break.
Oh, I like
Let's
that.
Get this going.
Money to make and hearts to break.
But yeah, Joey's rightfully pissed off. She's like, this wasn't an offer of friendship from Dawson. It's just him wanting to beat Pacey. And she knows that she's smart enough to know that this isn't going to go down well.
Yeah.
But when Bessie sees dollar signs, nothing can be done.
That's all she sees, yeah.
She got Alexander at home to feed. Bodie, who knows where he is to feed. No, he's around. I guess he's working at both the Potter B&B and at the end, but we still never see him.
He's so busy. Yeah, they keep him busy.
He's too busy to be on the show.
Yeah, he's got to support them.
Yeah.
I mean...
And then...
no. I mean, yeah, like, from Bessie's point of view, it does make sense, though. Like, she does need the money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They need the sponsorship. They need the publicity. But the thing is, like... It's just so wrong of Dawson.
It is. It's Dawson's wrong. Yeah. He's just like, it's very stupid.
Right.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
It's just like boys trying to annoy girls as much as possible and hoping that they'll magically be endeared by it. This whole episode.
Yeah, well, this is basically him, like, putting himself in a position of power over her. Because he's basically, like, becoming her employer.
Yeah, he's like kind of like claiming her. Like flying her flag. Like this is
your name is on my boat.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Without wondering how she feels about it.
Yeah, or caring.
Mm-hmm. And like thinking that if he wins Joey. It's like, nah, she's not a prize. Like,
I know. The whole thing is making me mad.
It's a hot mess, Mare.
Yeah. And then our old boy Crudsky shows up at Andy's.
Crudsky. I can never remember his last name. I love that you always call him Crudsky.
Yeah, Crudsky. He's got some good news for Andy. He got that scholarship to Raleigh.
Oh, we're all hoping he would, Mary.
I know, it was such a big plot point. I couldn't wait to watch this episode to figure out if he got into Raleigh.
I know, what a good payoff after all that hard work and ups and downs.
The months of episodes leading up to it, the application process, him being worried about the money, his problems with his father, not knowing what he's going to do. Now we don't know a damn thing about it until today. Apparently it's good news. I wrote it down.
I know, I did too.
Well, what is it? Is it a high school? Another high school? Is he going to college? What is it?
It's a town in North Carolina. I don't know they want him to live there.
Not a freaking clue. Not a clue. All I know is she's like, oh, well, now you don't have to worry about your father. I'm like, what was he worried about his father for? I knew he didn't like him, but I didn't know that it had anything to do with the scholarship to Raleigh. Here we are.
Well, yeah, it's all becoming very muddy.
Just gets more and more unclear.
I can't imagine, like, writing that and just being like, it's okay. Let's just not worry about it.
It's almost like, well, we got to get Will out of that season. So he got a scholarship to Raleigh.
It's like so lazy.
Oh, yeah, remember that? I was almost like, did that scene get cut? Like, I know Becca says they cut some stuff. Maybe they cut it.
Yeah, maybe all the drama over, like, who can he get to write a cover letter? Like, all that was... It's not make the cut.
But who's going to be my reference?
Hulu was like, we don't have time for that.
We don't give a shit about that.
Oh, that's pretty comical, Mary.
Oh, my God. So Crudsky's worried, though, because now he's going to be leaving Pacey. And I'm like, Crudsky, that's Mr. Steal Your Girl. Like, why are you worried about Pacey when Andy's still hot for him? But he's worried about him because he's like, he doesn't have any friends anymore. And Andy gets all indignant. And she's like, when I broke up with him and cheated on him, he offered me no forgiveness. And it's like, well, that's kind of how that goes. But she's like, but, so I don't see why Dawson should forgive him either. Andy's very much an eye for an eye kind of woman.
Oh, yeah. I would be afraid to cross her.
Oh, my God, me too. She would I don't know, she would, like, frame you for a murder or something. Mm. But, like, Will is like, he kind of like reads her. He's like, Andy, to hold a grudge like that, it's not cool. I don't want you to wind up the kind of person that I feel sorry for. I was like, damn, drop the mic, Crudsky.
Yeah, he's like, I'm peacing out to Raleigh. I could just be real.
I like spread my truth bombs all over the town like stink bombs, and then I'm gonna go away to Raleigh on my scholarship.
Getting on that train tonight.
Like, you do you, Crudsky.
Way to go, Crudsky. We're so proud.
Good luck in college or senior year or at the dormitory for wayward boys. I don't know where you're going, but have fun.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my God. And Mary, it's crazy to see Dawson on that boat with the clumsiest character in the show, Jack.
Well, you know Dawson's a mess with the tools from when he was trying to help Joey's dad.
Oh, yeah, he didn't even know what a level was. It's right in the name.
Yeah, you're never letting that go.
I can't imagine. This is ridiculous. I mean, you do film. Like, you should think. Like, you know some basics. At least to set up a, what do they call it? The scenery?
Okay, now who sounds like a fool?
I'm not saying I
set.
never sound like a fool.
The set.
The set! Thank you. Yeah. I was like, what is that called? The set
Oh my
building.
God.
You gotta use a tool
Right.
for that.
Well, you don't really do that so much in film. He's just kind of filming in the backyard and stuff.
Oh, that's true. And like,
He's not building sets for a play.
Jack built that model, which is gorgeous.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah. But, yeah, I guess Dawson doesn't have to stress about that type of deal. But anyway, I guess Jack, maybe he wanted to be with Dawson because it's his dad's boat, and he's like, I can't let Dawson unattended on this thing.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
That would make sense. But they're really gonna, like, kill each other. Jack almost gets, like, whacked in the head right into the water.
He does get hit in the head.
He did get hit in the head?
First thing, he gets whacked in the head with the big beam.
Oh my god.
And he starts stumbling around. I was like, he's like gonna fall in the water.
Oh,
He's gonna have a concussion or something.
That's bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Mitch shows up, ready to drop some knowledge.
Mitch is good in this scene.
He starts talking, doing all the boat lingo, talking about this and that.
Yeah, the jib
I don't
sheet.
remember. The jib. I'm like, come again? What? And he's like, okay, I'll grab the jib sheet. Is that what he said?
He said,
and then he's like, you're standing on
yeah, Jack's
it.
like, where is the jib sheet? Yeah. Standing.
Oh my
and
God.
Mitch has like very funny body posture in the scene. He's got like the Captain Jack stance for a little bit.
Right.
Get the hands on the hips, like I'm the captain of this vessel.
Oh my
so
God,
comical.
Mitch, go home.
Oh, I like it.
Do you like him still? Do you like him again?
Yeah, I like him in this episode.
No!
I know.
I don't. I was like, Mitch, get out of the scene.
I thought he was funny in this one. I enjoyed it. And I liked it when, I really liked it when Jack called Dawson Popeye.
Oh, did he? That's funny.
Yeah, Dawson said something like, get the line or something really unspecific. And Jack was like, yeah, that helps, Popeye.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
gosh.
Mitch is setting sail with Dawson. And we get to see like the kind of the parent dynamic of this fight clarify a little. So Dawson is kind of Team D. Gail is still very...
Wait, you said Dawson is Team D.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mitch. Mitch is Team D. Yeah, Dawson is always Team D. And Gail is...
exclusively.
Just Team Leary's Fresh Fish. She's like...
Yeah, Gail's Team Money.
Yeah.
Gail's Team whatever pays the bills.
Exactly.
Gail's like, write my check, write my check. Oh, yeah. Andy's Team D.
Yeah.
I feel like no one's really Team Pacey other than Pacey.
I feel like
And Crudsky.
Joey is kind of Team Pacey.
Yeah, she is, but then she kind of goes to she's Team Pacey, but she goes to Pacey and she apologizes about Dawson flying her flag. And she's like, well, Pacey gets mad at when that's the first thing out of her mouth. She's like, how come the first thing you always say to me is something about that dick Dawson? But she, like Dawson, thinks that Pacey should drop out. So she's Team Pacey, but she wants him to drop out of the race to spare Dawson's feelings, which I'm like, fuck Dawson. Beat his ass. Right?
I know. I mean, Dawson, he kind of deserves it, but I think Joey is just like, she just doesn't want to be in the middle, doesn't want more. Maybe she just doesn't want it to escalate.
I know. Well, she hates conflict.
Yeah. But then it was...
But it's sort of like Dawson is begging to be hurt.
I know. He is almost begging for it. Yeah. It's like sometimes it's a cry for help in disguise.
Right. He needs to lose.
Yeah. But Pacey kind of astutely points out that Dawson's always going to win, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
Because if she asks Pacey to talk to Dawson, he does. Oh wait, now I'm confused.
I'm like, you don't remember.
No, I was like, yeah, she asked to talk to Dawson again, and he will. But I don't remember what that means.
So this is what happens. If So Pacey's really pissed. He's like, Dawson Leary could not have scripted this one any better. No matter what I do, he wins. If I lose the race, he wins because he's flying your flag. If I win the race, I beat you, so he wins.
Oh, yeah.
If I drop out of the race, he wins. So no matter what Pacey does, he's the loser. And Joey's like, fine, don't drop out of the race, but try to make up with him. Try to talk to him one more time and see if you guys can be friends.
Oh, and
Pacey's like, and that's all you want? That's all you want is for me to try to be his friend. And she's like, very unconvincingly states that that's all she wants.
Oh, right. Yeah, they have like that little flirty, almost like a flirty look.
Well, she looks like, no, of course that's not all I want. I want your D.
Yeah,
D.
it's DP. Oh my gosh. So they're like flirting, but it's so much pain on top of it. It's just like, I don't know.
It sucks. I'm so pissed off at Dawson right now.
Yeah.
Are you? Or are you Team D right now?
No, I'm not Team D. I just feel bad for everybody. Just sucks. Yeah. I understand D's pain. You know, I feel like it would be unrealistic if he was very mature about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I think this is necessary, but I mean, I'm kind of glad that, like, I feel like Joey is a really good actress because, like, her face is saying a lot.
She is a good actress.
Yeah. It's saying a lot that, like, you can pick up on that she can't really say with the lines. And she can't, like, let herself say with words. But she really, like, wants to... Like, she clearly still wants Pacey. That just doesn't go away.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not, like... It's not because she's worried about hurting Dawson. It's because Dawson found out. Like, it is kind of... And then Dawson's actions are making it harder for them. So, you have to blame D for it.
Yeah. Yeah, she wants, sorry, I'm, like, sick and I'm going crazy.
Oh.
Henry, okay, then we jump to Henry. He's being annoying and psychotic. Those are Gail's words because he is hanging out outside of the Fresh Fish restaurant, blocking customers' view with his dumbass sign, and distracting the customers. I'm like, Gail, get this guy out of here. Call security. Tell him he's a nuisance. He's got to go, right? He's an eyesore.
Yeah. I feel like you got to go. I was thinking, like, how would I feel if some guy did this to me? After I told him twice to cut it out?
Terrified. I would be scared.
I would be scared and, like, extremely pissed off.
Yeah.
I'd be like, get the fuck out.
Yeah, why don't you respect that I'm mad at you?
Yeah, it's just like, I hate when they always make this in the movies or the shows so romantic. It's like, no, this is so unhealthy and creepy. And telling boys, don't listen to girls when they say no.
I know, well, Mitch is saying the same shit to Dawson. You gotta fight for what you want. It's like, well, don't we have a say in it? We don't want you. And we're pretty clear on that. And you need to respect that.
I know. And it's like, fight for what you want doesn't always mean like hold a grudge and be really belligerent until you get your way. It could mean, like, make yourself a better person. Be a better friend. Do something nice
so that
for
maybe
them.
Someone else wants to date you someday.
Yeah, or, like, show Joey that you care for her, and then she could at least be in your life. Like, that's what he said he wanted in the beginning of the episode, you know?
Right.
And he could have that, probably. Like, Joey seems to want everyone to just be friends. So, but Dawson, he doesn't want that.
No.
And he's not satisfied with compromising.
No.
So that's where we're at, Mary. All these males
oh my God, so,
with all their needs.
Yeah. So Jen is trying to get rid of Henry, but then eventually somehow he gets her to go up on the roof with him. I'm like, girl, don't go up. He's going to push you off the roof.
Oh my God. Yeah. He was in the rafters once before.
I know. We've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
We know he gets cuckoo up there. But he's done some really sad decorating. There's like 3 pillows on the concrete, couple candles. And he's like, I don't care that we haven't had sex. And I'm like, what? I thought you did. And he's like, I want everything to be new. I want everything we do to be new. he wants to be the most original person in her life. I'm like, you are the lamest, most annoying person on the show, and that is saying something. Right?
I know. I was just pissed that Jen, like, was so blown over with it.
I know! I was like, how are you impressed by this? I know you're smarter than this.
Yes. I feel like Jen is so hard to impress that this really would impress her. I was like, no.
I know.
Oh my god. Everything to be new also just seems like kind of exhausting.
There's nothing new under the sun, Henry.
Yeah.
Also, I cannot stand to watch them doing that gross, slow kissing while he's wearing those horrific sneakers. It was, like, hard to look at.
Oh, I didn't notice her sneakers.
He was wearing these huge, bulky, goofy-ass sneakers.
Oh, Henry's. Oh.
And basically, like, licking her lips.
Yeah, the kiss was like, gross.
The kiss was disgusting, and the sneakers were worse. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, I was, like, not a fan of that at all.
Not a fan.
Ugh, gross.
Oh my god, speaking of horrible, Pacey comes out wearing some camo cargo
I know, those were wild.
And a patterned button down. I was like, who styled you? And it's like, Pacey, did you like plug out your eyes in the middle of the...
He's so distraught over Joey, he can't even like look at his clothing. He can't even see straight.
Yeah. I was like, you look an absolute
The camo was wild. I've never seen him wear
that. With a pattern. With a pattern.
So crazy.
With a button down and a cargo short. It was insane. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
I know, it was funny.
Wow.
And no one commented.
And he goes right up to Dawson, what are you trying to prove? And I'm surprised Dawson was like, what are you trying to prove in those camo cargo shorts and that pattern button down? Oh my god. It's like we walked into a thrift store and just didn't even...
Took the first two things he saw, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he must be upset if that's what he's walking around in.
Oh, poor Pacey.
He's like, I don't want anyone to like me for my style. I want them to like me for me. That's why I'm dressed like a clown. Oh my god, it's like, it's a rare moment when Dawson's the best dressed in a scene. But
oh my god, yeah, this might be the only time it's happened.
Oh my god, and then Dawson comes back with a lot of this, more of this mirroring shit. Like, he's like, I'm just trying to help Joey. Basically spitting out what Pacey said last episode. And Pacey's like, why don't you just take a swing at me, man? Just hit me in the fucking face. And Dawson's like, I don't have to prove that I'm a better man than you, because it was clear when you moved on Joey that you're scumbag. And then Pacey's like, I thought you of all people would understand somebody falling for Joey Potter. And then he's like, Pacey, you are delusional if you think that you're going to get with Joey. And Pacey's like, Dawson, I think you're a damn fool to think that you can hold on to Joey with an ultimatum. And Dawson's like, do you really think you can compete with history? Oh, some history, bro. 15 years of watching PG movies in your bedroom, followed by another year and a half of pretending to be grown up, only to drop each other at the first sign of crisis. That's your history? Come on, man. You call this woman your soulmate? Ha, 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 ha. I added some words for my own entertainment. But
that was pretty accurate, though. That was a very good recap.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many good lines, I just had to keep writing.
Oh, I know. I couldn't believe, like, Pacey went after the history. Woo.
I know.
That's...
And called him pathetic.
Yeah. That was, like... pretty, like, that's like his weak spot. I don't know. Like, I feel like that hurts.
I know, but it's also true. It's like when you think about it, like, their history is mainly as friends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, Pacey was
bulk of their history.
Totally right. I think that's why it was so powerful.
Yeah, because it's like, yeah, like, watching movies is not a romance.
Mm-mm.
Or soulmate material, you know?
Right. It's like, if you're thinking about, like, the love and everything, what everyone else is doing, Pacey and Joey were, like, smooching every chance they got, hot and heavy. Dawson and Joey was very chaste.
Yeah, their kissing was so... reserved.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, they didn't want it to go further because their relationship is kind of, like, innocent and pure.
Yeah.
There's not that passion.
No. And, like, Henry and Jen, Henry's like, I want everything to be new. And that worked with Jen. Whereas Dawson and Joey, they kind of wanted everything to be exactly the same. Like, they're always going to watch a movie. They're always going to go on the picnic. They're always going to do the same thing. They're always going to have their same dynamic. Nothing's going to change.
Like an old married couple.
Yeah, but that's not love. That's just, like, very stagnant.
It's just routine and safety.
Yeah, it's just, like, pretending to live a life. So it couldn't work. Just couldn't work. And as soon as they did start to change, their whole relationship got extremely complicated, as we've heard so many times.
Yeah.
But that was, to hear Pacey call it out like that, it's like, dang.
I know. I'm like, there's no coming back from this, really. Like, these two are not friends.
Yeah, I know.
But also, like, they haven't been, like, Pacey and Dawson have not been close since, like, season 1. You know what I mean? Like, this friendship has been falling apart for a long time.
Yeah, it's like they were supposedly best friends, but then it's like Dawson and Joey are best friends, and I don't know, Pacey and Joey.
And then it's like Pacey and Joey are best friends.
Yeah, so it didn't really seem like they had much of a friendship.
No, I mean, it was deteriorating. I mean, and then Dawson's, like, accusing Pacey of going after Joey when she's vulnerable from their breakup. And he's like, you're only interested in girls that you can save or screw. And that's when Pacey just mean mugs him and walks off.
Oh, mean mugs. I know, yeah, they both kind of get their digs in. Because that would be, like, Pacey's soft spot.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he feels like he always has to play a part.
Right.
As the savior or the, I don't know, Lothario.
The stud, yeah.
Yeah. Damn, it's heavy.
I know. Yeah, they both know each other too well, and they hit each other where they hurt.
Yeah.
The gloves are off, Mary.
Oh, yes, they are. So then Jen comes home at the ass crack of dawn, and she sees Graham's up bright and early.
Yeah, Jen's got, like, the sex bliss. I was like, oh, they fucked.
She's blissed out. And she's like so blissed out that she's like forgets who her grandmother is. She's like, Grams is like, I see I'm not the only one dressed in what I was wearing last night. I was moments away from calling Sheriff Witter. I mean, and this is like, Grams is obviously livid, but Jen can't see it because she's dreaming about some stale Lunchables that Henry had spread out.
Oh, yeah, he did. That's gross, too, the Lunchables.
Disgusting.
She says... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh. No, you go.
I was shocked that Jen didn't call, too, and she was so nonchalant.
I know, me too. I was like, girl, you forget who your grandma is.
I wouldn't... I mean, if it were me and I came home and I knew I didn't call, I'd be nervous.
I'd be nervous. Yeah, she walks in like she's,
light as a feather. Hi, Gramps. Right. Yeah.
I just lost track of time.
Yeah, Gramps has the best line with that. Oh, yeah. That fancy euphemism bandied about on MTV. Lost track of time.
Yeah, well, she calls it a fashionable euphemism, actually, but yeah.
Oh, I thought it was fancy.
It's funny. And then she goes, it was not my advice to sleep with a boy. I expected more of you, Jennifer.
Oh.
And Grams is like, or Jen is like, I expected more of you, too. Boom, boom, boom. Shots fired.
Yeah, I was like...
But what does Jen think? She comes home and she's got that sex look. Of course Grams is gonna... She didn't call. She says she was Henry on the roof. They're eating Lunchables. It's sexy time, right?
I mean, that's what I thought. Yeah.
That's what I would think, too. And also, maybe because I don't think that sex is, like, the worst thing in the world that any person could possibly do. I'm like, she doesn't have to feel that bad about it.
I know.
I mean, Jen is like, I cannot believe you would think that I would have sex. I'm like, well, yeah, we do think that. I don't know. It's not a crazy thought to jump to.
Especially because Jen had sex even after she, like, came to Capes. I don't know. Like...
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like she would really believe that. It annoys me that it was like, oh, I've changed. I wouldn't have sex. It's like, no,
I know,
that shouldn't be the change.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that Grams is ultra religious, so of course she has that opinion. But like, Jen, don't get brainwashed.
Yeah. She's gonna have sex when she's ready.
Yeah, with some guy that, well, maybe she's like, Henry's not worth it.
Well, Henry's not worth it, but that's besides the point.
Yeah.
It's not like she should be celibate now.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't advise that.
Well,
another person who really wants to not be celibate, the one and only Mitch Leary, Mary.
Oh, Mitch has always got a hard on.
Yeah, he's like, I don't see any point in talking. I just want the action. The action.
Yeah.
And you know what that means. He wants the sex.
Yes. The sex.
And him and Gail are kind of talking about it, couched in the cloud of like Dawson and Joey's issues, but he's really talking about Gail and him. And he's like, even kind of calls it out, like, well, I'm kind of referencing what's going on here lately, like between us. Right. And Gail is like, I'm not having that conversation.
Well, she doesn't say a damn thing. She just looks at him skeptical and then looks
exactly, away. Yeah. I'm not engaging. What? I'm not talking. And then Mitch is like,
silent treatment after a sex offer that's hard to bear.
I know. But he's like, yeah, okay, there is really no point in talking.
Yeah.
And he's like, gotta go.
Oh boy. All right, Christine, we're at the races.
Woo! The regatta is finally here.
We're at the regatta. It's underway. The boat race is kicking off. It really looks like the only two people even competing are Dawson and Pacey.
Yeah, it does.
They're back. They're fourth. One's in the lead. What's not? We got Crudsky and Pacey in one boat. We got Dean, Mitch, and Jack in the other. Woo! It's anyone's race.
And the music.
You got anything more?
The music's also extremely angsty. I have to point out. During the race, I was like, what an angsty song to sail to. Like, dang.
Extremely angsty.
Yeah, and True Love is got the lead the entire time. They're like a clear winner. Everyone's like, all right, they're the favorite. They're in the lead. Carpe Diem, that's Dawson's boat.
Yeah. Well, Jack's dad's
boat. But like Dawson's, for the race.
For the race,
is gaining ground, like, towards the very end of the race. And then it seems like he's almost playing chicken with Pacey.
Oh my God, it's insane.
Mary, they're like, Pacey's still got the lead. He's got the right of way, which I don't know anything about regattas or whatever, but
no,
there's got to be a bunch of rules and, like, etiquette and all that shit, 'cause it's a fancy sport. So what Dawson should have done is let Pacey go by, get out of his way. Dawson's like, hell no, I'm not giving him any space. He doesn't get an inch.
It's like, I'm not making room.
He's basically like shutting the government down over his little petty agenda. And holding everyone
you don't let me win this boat race, everyone's going without a paycheck.
Exactly.
No one's getting their tax returns.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm just going to strong arm my way into this victory. Pacey's like, well, I don't want to cause a crash and, like, potential death.
So Pacey's boat, even though he has the right of way, has to change course to avoid a collision, giving Dawson the victory. What an apt metaphor.
That's true.
Dee is thrilled with himself. He's like, I won, jumping about like a lunatic. But guess what? He was disqualified for, as Pacey puts it, nearly killing me.
Yeah.
Joey is mad as hell. She's like, I hate you both for putting me through this. And no one is worth this pain. Especially not me. I was like, no, Joey, do not turn that anger inwards. It is not your fault.
Right. Although I kind of read that, like, maybe she was saying, like, guys, just, like, get over yourselves. Get over me. Like, I don't know. She's, it's hard to explain, but, like, I feel like she's just kind of being, like, I'm just a human. Like, I'm not, like, because the way they talk, Pacey especially will always say, you think such a beautiful woman. I'm like, she's a girl. She's Joey. You know, like, she just wants to be seen as Joey and, like, be herself.
Right.
I don't know. That's kind of what I read it, but.
Yeah, maybe.
But no, like, it's not fair because they are causing her, like, a lot of grief over this. And
yeah,
like, Pacey was in the race first and everything, but he did refuse to not race, and then Dawson snuck his way onto the race, and
yeah, but why should he not race? He was the only one interested in racing. Pacey should have raced. I don't think Pacey did anything really wrong, other than, like, he shouldn't have confronted. He should have just let Dee do whatever Dee's gonna do. He didn't need to pull out all the history stuff and throw that in his face.
Yeah.
I understand why he did it, but it was not necessary.
Right.
But I don't think with the race that he did anything wrong.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was wrong, but I feel like if he was really like, I want to make Joey happy,
yeah,
he could have been like, well, if that's what you really want, I'll do it. But then maybe she wouldn't respect it, so he's probably like, well, I have to be myself. I want to do this race. I made this boat, I want to race it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't blame him for doing the race. And I also
Plus, Dawson's parents would probably be pissed if he dropped out because they put all the money into sponsors.
Yeah, that's true, too. That's true, too. Yeah. And I am kind of glad that he called out Dawson's history, because I do, in some way, I think Dawson kind of needed to hear that.
Yeah.
Just to, like, face the reality of Joey, and maybe to, like, get over her as the idea of a soulmate, eventually.
Yeah.
Because when they were together, it was not working. Like, it wasn't, like, a soulmate match. And he just can't remember it, or I don't know. We all know his memory is terrible.
True.
But then, does Dawson just go up to Joey? I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
The poor girl can't take anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, he just goes right up to her, and he's like, I'm glad he kissed you, because it forced me to deal with the notion of losing you. I can't lose you, not now, not ever. I was like, dude, stop putting so much pressure on her. She is not buying it. She's like, all I need right now is a friend who doesn't have an agenda. Mm-hmm. And Dawson's like, I can be that. And she just walks away because, of course, he cannot be that. He's proved it over and over again.
No, he can't. He can't. He's too, I feel like he's so needy and, like, so dependent on things staying the same. Again, it comes back to that. Like, it's, like, almost like a safety net. Like, if Joey's in my life, I know that that's, like, a safety blanket. Like, that's a level of comfort I know I can rely on. And without it, I feel totally lost, unmoored, uncomfortable, and he can't handle
she's
it.
like his North Star.
Yeah, but that's too much for one person. Like, you have to find yourself and, like, let that guide you.
Right, but he has no clue who he is anymore.
He's so lost. Yeah. Oh, what a poor dog. He
needs to be in therapy.
He's got so many issues. I hope Mitch and Gail get back together, and then Dawson's like, yay, everything is better.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that did cause a lot of his problems.
I know. I feel like that was the beginning of the end for him.
Although Gail deserves better than Mitch.
I know, but Mitch is hot.
Christine, only when his shirt's off. And his lousy personality does not make up for it.
He can sail, though.
So what? He only pulls that out once a year.
At the regatta.
He doesn't even have a boat anymore because Dawson ruined it.
That's true. And that little rowboat, it's not that exciting.
I hope they had insurance on that boat.
I know. They need it.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. So then Pacey drops Will off at school, at Raleigh, whatever that is.
Oh, yeah.
And they give each other some advice. I didn't even bother writing it down.
The only advice I wrote down was the very last pieces of advice they gave each other. Pacey told Will, don't sleep with any of your teachers.
Oh, solid.
Good advice, yeah. Although, well, no, I won't say anything. And Will says, don't give up on true love. It always wins in the end.
Will Crudsky.
He's
classic Crudsky.
Classic Crudsky. We know so much about him.
Yeah. Hope he has a great time at Raleigh.
Yeah, he really
is.
Earned that scholarship.
He worked hard for that scholarship, and I'm really relieved to know that he got it. He deserved it,
I know, yeah. I just feel really fulfilled that storyline came to such a happy ending.
Came full circle for us.
Yeah.
And the one sentence we had to process it.
And speaking of coming full circle... Yeah. Grams knocks on Jen's bedroom. Jen's like, Grams, I'm listening to my music. You can't respect anything. Can't even respect my privacy. And Grams is like, Jennifer, I have a dress for you. And it's the same dress that Jen wore the first day she came to Capeside.
Oh, girl.
And Jen was like, Grams, what the fuck? I don't want this dress. That's not my style.
She's like, this dress is fugly. Grams, get with the picture.
Yeah, like, there's a reason
Look at my garbage poster on my wall. Come on.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't wear this. But Jen is like, no, it's not what you think. I brought this because I wanted to let you know that I see that you've made a lot of progress. You've grown a lot since you come to Capeside. And blah, 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 blah. But she's basically saying, I finally think that you believe that you deserve love.
Yeah.
Which is very sweet. And for Grams, I mean, looking at it from her point of view, that took a lot for her to do that and reach out that way. Especially because she's still under the impression that Henry and Jen got it on last night.
Right.
And then Jen pops the big surprise and says, Henry and I didn't have sex. And Grams is like, oh, praise be.
Grams looks so happy that she's like in tears with joy.
It's like ecstasy.
Yeah, she's like about to pop some champagne or maybe some communion wine.
Oh my God.
She's like, let me open the bottle that was blessed at Easter Mass.
I know. We'll take one sip and praise the Lord.
Yeah, I mean, she's wilding out. Mitch is looking for a private party.
Ooh, Mitch.
He's walking into the restaurant. What's going on? I thought there was a private party tonight. He's like ready to work, and Gail's like, I'll put you to work, big boy.
Ooh.
She took a tip from Henry, and she glammed up that restaurant for a private date.
Oh,
Bow, chicka, wow, wow.
Mary.
Show me something, girl. Bow, bow. Oh my God, you know what I miss? Is the sound effect. Bow, wow, wow.
I miss that every single episode.
Why don't they do it more? They could put it in this episode multiple times.
Oh, I know. This is a perfect episode for that.
Like when Dee finds out he's disqualified. Bow, wow, wow. He's so funny.
I know. Yeah, that was my favorite episode, I think.
I know, that was
It was
awesome.
such a good one. It was so early,
Was that the hurricane
too.
one? Was that Hurricane Chris?
I don't think so.
I think it was.
Was it? I thought it was. Maybe it was.
Or the one before that? Because I remember Dawson on the stairs with his mom, and they're like locked in because there's hurricanes happening, and he's like, I know you're a cheetah. Right?
I thought it was like a surprise that someone said to Dawson. And then Dawson was like, and it zoomed in on his face and was like, bow, wow, wow.
I don't know.
I know, I'll have to look back.
So good. But Gail's basically like, Mitch, you are more important than any important weekend for this restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
And,
Mitch.
I don't know about that, Gail. But anyway, they're back together. I was like, Gail, the shrewd businesswoman, would not be giving up all these seats for a quick fuck with Mitch. But,
But Mary, listen to how romantic this like made me tear up a little.
Tis what it is.
Mitch,
Christine's gonna be all impressed.
I can't help it. I was just like, when Mitch said, what about our customers? This is an important weekend for us. And then Gail said, you're more important. You always were. You always will be. I was like, oh my God. And then they had,
you're so emo.
They had to kiss. I know. I have that streak in me. It was romantic.
Yeah. It was romantic. They're back together. The kids are back together.
Show me love, Mary.
Show me love. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Okay, so Joey is staring at that blank ass wall again. She's got a huge white handprint on her ass. Why?
Oh, I didn't notice
Whose
that.
hand is that? I'm surprised Dawson wasn't like, whose handprint is that?
Oh my God, that would have been funny.
I know. But Pacey taps her on the shoulder. She turns around and he's like, did you wish it was Dawson? I was like, Pacey's cut it with his jealous shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, if it wasn't for Dawson. Oh yeah. So then he's like, I'm sorry, I take that back. I shouldn't have asked that. That was rude. And then he's like, I just have one thing to ask you. If it wasn't for Dawson, could you ever love me like that? Like a soulmate? She gets so flustered. She's like, don't ask me that. I can't choose. Can't choose between you guys. I think the best thing is just to take a few steps back. And he starts to walk away. And then he says, I understand. And the first thing tomorrow, I'm going to renew the lease on this wall. There's no ultimatums from me. Hot damn! Right?
Well,
That's good.
That is good. I mean, that's what she needs. She needs no pressure, definitely no ultimatums. Ultimatums never work.
And friendship. He's renewing the wall.
Yeah.
He's, even if she doesn't want to be there with him romantically, he's still going to care about her.
Yeah, he gets it.
And not try to punish her.
Yeah, I feel like if you really love someone, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You know, you just accept it. Like, they may not love you back, but you don't have to be an asshole to them because of it.
Right. Yeah, I thought that was great. I was really impressed with Pacey in that moment.
Yeah, I could see why Joey was like, oh, Pacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Pacey, he's not happy with it. He pries the true love sign off of his boat, litters it into the creek or wherever they are. No, they're not where, I don't know where they are.
The harbor or whatever.
Harbor.
Yeah.
Immediately, Andy fishes it out. I was like, how come no one on the show ever sees anyone else coming? They're always within 10 feet of each other, but they don't see each other. It drives me crazy.
That's a good point, yeah.
So Andy's like, he's like, oh, listen, Pacey's like, listen, I can't take any more hate, vitriol coming at me.
Oh.
She's like, I feel hurt and betrayed, but I don't hate you. Hate's a pretty strong word. And so is love. I was like, oh, where are we going with this? Something's about to happen, right?
I know, it just seemed like it. But I was like, oh, it's probably not.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're talking again, though.
Oh, I know. Well, it's nice to see that Andy let go of the hate.
Yeah, it is nice to see. Well, I think she took what Will said to heart. Like,
yeah,
you're going to become bitter and angry.
Yeah, and she probably was like, that's not who I want to be. And now they hopefully can move forward. Because they did have a good friendship, Pacey and Andy.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
Christine.
I love this ending, Mary.
Oh. I was like, I wrote down, I'm ready to cry, goddamn my period. It hit me in the feelers.
Yeah, I know. It was, I didn't expect it. I was like, wow.
I didn't expect it at all, and I was crying, and I was mad.
Mary, you see, that's big, because you don't usually cry.
I don't know that I cried, but I teared up.
Oh. Yeah, it was really sad.
I mean, Joey climbs into Dawson's room. She's brought a VHS of E.T. She used to think the movie was sad and depressing. But all she wants right now is to watch something with an ending that she knows, like the back of her hand. And right now, the words, I'll be right here, are some of the most comforting words in the world. And they sit there, they watch E.T., and it was such an incredibly sad ending.
I know.
Because you could tell that nothing was the same. Right?
Yeah, well, I mean, the whole scene was, like, great. Like, the fact that it's, like, that movie, I think that was the very first episode they were watching E.T.
Yeah.
So it's, like, kind of coming back to that. But again, it goes to the theme about how their relationship can't change. Like, they can't be anything other than the friends. And the I'll be right here is, like, Dawson just wants someone. She wants Joey always right there. And the way, the what really killed me was, like, the way they were watching the movie. They were just, like, staring at it, and they couldn't connect. Like, the one would look at the one, the other one would look at the one, but they would never look at each other. And they looked so chaste and so sad and almost, like, forced that I was like, it's just not working.
It's dead.
Yeah. They don't have to talk about it. Like, they could probably sense it. So hopefully.
It was really, really sad.
Yeah, but I feel like it was, like, kind of nice to, like, have Joey do that. Maybe she was, like, thinking one last try to get it back to normal. And the ending, again, the two, like, I just want an ending, I know. Because she's probably like, I don't know how the heck things are going to turn out. Like, after such a mess, you know? So she's like, maybe we could try to go back to how it was. And then she can't. She's probably like, yeah, we can't. It's not working. And maybe Dawson will be like, Yeah, we can't. It's not working. But it is. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Oh. Well, we're going real long, so I think we should jump into our dares. Christine, did you do your dare last week?
Oh, Mary, I didn't.
Christine, how could you?
I know. I thought about it this morning, and then I didn't think about it again until right before we started recording, and I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do mine, although I did say to you multiple times the answer is a big fat yes. But I said it to you, so.
Oh, yeah, I know. That's tricky.
Doesn't
Not
count.
quite, yeah.
So I'm disappointed in both of us.
Oh, I know. I feel like we always let each other down. We're just like Jen and Graham's.
Yeah, right? Oh, man. That's a troubled dynamic.
Oh, dear. Well, maybe next week.
Which one of us is Jen and which one of us? I think I'm Graham's, unfortunately.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're both Jens.
Well, that's good. Just Jen for life.
Just Jen, baby.
All right. So do you have dares for me?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So I have a different notebook this week because listeners, I filled up an entire notebook with Dawson notes. I feel like that's an accomplishment.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But this notebook is a lot smaller, so it's like a lot more pages. But I do have three quotes written down. Listeners, Mary's recording has stopped, so we'll tweet out each other's dares this week so that you know exactly what we're supposed to say when we don't go ahead and say them. And, if you're still listening, please follow us on Twitter. We're at Dawson Cries, WAH Dawson Cries. We love to connect with you there. And, hey, that's where you have to go if you want to see what dares we have. And if you use iTunes and you like our podcast, please feel free to leave us a 5-star review there. And thanks, as always, for listening. This was a longer than average episode. But this was kind of a more dramatic than normal episode of Dawson's Creek, so I feel like it's fitting. And Mary and I are really excited to talk to you again next week. Bye, listeners!